Day 2 of the Jeep Gladiator dismantling. We did get everything completely stripped down, ready for wrap. Big thanks to my friends Corey and Will who came out and helped me finish everything up. There was a few things I was struggling with that they figured out, made things look easy. So I couldn't have done it without them. This video, I'm gonna actually go around and show you how we took each part off. So if there was something that we found that was a trick that I was trying to figure out, I'm gonna show it in the video just so you can see things like how to remove the door handles, the gas door, the bed rail caps, this cowl piece. So I'm gonna go around and show you as we do each one, give you some pointers, some tips. So check it out, here we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working my way front to back. You know, I'll get the grill. I gotta take off the liner underneath the hood to get to those, the vents and stuff in the hood. One thing I forgot about that I didn't mention in the intro video for day 1 is I will have to remove these latches, which look like they're really easy. It looks like it's just one bolt down in here, so that should be super easy. But I'm gonna start here, start doing all this stuff on the front of the vehicle, and just start working my way back with as much as I can get done tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and start first with the hood latches, which looks like it's just a half, and I've got a ratchet here. So that's all it is. Bolt through with the nut, goes right on there, nice and easy. I did grab a bunch of Ziploc bags, different sizes, so that I can document as I take clips and stuff in case that way I don't forget what goes where. Usually it's pretty easy to tell, but I grabbed those just in case so I can keep things organized. So next I'm gonna grab my Matt CC trim tool kit. It's got a lot of different clip removers in here. So I'm gonna go after the grill, which I've done before, is pretty easy. Sometimes it's just easiest to use a flathead screwdriver. And then I've got a bunch of different clips and the hood liner to remove. Hopefully I don't break a bunch of those. A lot of them did break when I took it off the Wrangler. So hopefully I don't have that problem. They are brand new. Jeep still only has 390 miles on it as of right now as it sits, and I'm about to strip this whole thing down. Onto the hood liner. All right, it's a little dark under the hood liner here, but it's just a bunch of little plastic clips holding this thing on. There's a bunch along the edges and then a couple up in the middle, so don't miss those. Like I said, last time I did this on the Wrangler, a bunch of these broke. Not a big deal, you can get them online super cheap, but I'm hoping they don't break this time because I'd rather not have to get more than I need to. That's nice. They're not as brittle as the last time, so hopefully these will come off real nice. So once you take the liner off, you'll notice it's kind of funny. They didn't bother to paint the hole underneath of the hood. This is where we got to take the hood vents out, and we'll have to disconnect the bumpers on the hood and the washer squirters. Sorry about the background noise. I do have a fan going because it's super hot in the garage, but the hood vents are real easy. There's just a little tabs. You kind of push them in as you start to push out. There's 3 tabs on the one side. Push them in and just pop the vents out. You'll see right here, it's just got 3 tabs. Super quick and easy to remove that. That's 1 and 2, just like that. So one thing I almost forgot is up here where the hood latch actually connects to the hood, I gotta remove this piece off the hood. So it's just 2 bolts on each side. So I'll knock those out real quick as well. The next up is just removing the squirters and the bumpers from the hood. This one looks like it's gonna be pretty easy. Just a couple of bolts and just pulling the squirters off. I'll let you know if I come across anything that tricks me up. Okay, so I just got the passenger side squirter disconnected. It's tight, you gotta work it, and it's plastic, so you wanna be really careful so you don't break off the squirter. But you just gotta work off the boot, off the actual nozzle, little by little, and it'll slowly come. It's hard because you're kind of reaching up in there. I'm not super tall, so I'm reaching a little far and trying to get it with 2 hands is a little challenging, but not hard. Just be careful. Take your time, work it off nice and slow. So let me get this driver's side one off if I can. There we go. So you can see it just took a little bit of working, little by little, and it'll pop off. So these 4 nuts are just 11-30 seconds. Nice and easy. They're not super tight, so you just need to break them loose and then pull them out by hand. And with those off, this really should just pop straight out. The little plastic clip popped off the end of this. This just clips on there. These are very similar to the ones that are on the dash when we did our dash video on the Wrangler. But other than that, it just pops off. It did leave the squirter stuck in there, so now I do have to pop out the actual squirter, which is just a clip and just kind of pushes through from the underneath out. That's that. I just got to do the same thing on the other side. For the wipers, I believe it's just a cap right here. I believe under the cap then there's a nut. You just take the nut off and this thing will pop off on both sides. For the cap that covers the nut here on the windshield wiper, it was such a tight fit and it didn't seem like I couldn't grab it to get it off. So everything I saw online made it seem like you could just pop it off like it was super easy. I ended up taking the end, like the tip of a razor blade, just to get it under there, and it took no force at all once I got it under there and got this started. Then the cap just popped off. So that's a little tip for you. Some people say this wiper, the wiper blades just slide off real easy once the nut is off. Some people say you really gotta fight it. Some people needed a tool. Let's see if I luck out here. Of course I wouldn't luck out, and it is fighting me. So I'm gonna have to work that a little bit. Let's see if I can get that and then try the other one. So it was fighting me. I tugged and then I kind of wiggled, and I just worked it, and then all of a sudden it just slid right off. So hopefully I get lucky on the other one and it does come off and I don't need to get the tool. So I lucked out and the passenger side one came off pretty easy, just a little wiggling again. What I have been doing too, I wanted to point out, is a lot of these, like I'm taking the nut and putting it back here on the windshield just to keep things a little better organized. The more I can keep in place that I'm not looking for it later, even though I've got my Ziploc bags and I'm putting stuff in the bags and I'm labeling them, the more stuff I can leave in place, the better. So I'm just putting those back on. I did put a couple of the Grille clips back in place. Just as much as I can do to keep it organized, I am. All right, so for these 4 bolts here, it's just the T40 that comes with your kit. Real easy, you can use the ratchet and the kit piece here. And just go ahead and undo all 4 of these. You may have seen me do this on when I installed the dynamic Cowl lights from the Wrangler. It's the same thing. And even those lights would actually fit on here, which I may do in another video, show you which parts I have on the Wrangler that will actually fit over here. Kim is starting to work on the badges and decals, so she's using the heat gun to warm them up a little bit, and then you'll just start peeling them off. So Kim got the trail rated badge off. As you can see, it left some residue here, so we're gonna have to get some goo gun or something to peel that all off. And she is working on removing the Jeep badges, just using some fishing wire and a heat gun. And you just kind of start working it through. As you can see, she's just working it down until you get all the way through the letters, and then they'll pop off, and then you usually have some residue to clean off. I'm trying to get this gray plastic cowl piece off. Looks like it's just a bunch of clips. I'm gonna take a little pry bar and a towel or a rag here and just start prying up on it and working it along. I think it'll just all pop off, and then we'll see about this the painted piece around it, but if that's easy to remove so we can wrap it off the vehicle. So yeah, it's just a bunch of clips, and as you keep lifting it, it's just peeling off. So got to get it around the windshield wiper thing there. And I'm gonna pop to the other side. So that wasn't so hard. I couldn't find a video that actually showed how to do this, but thanks to Ben Anton, he's got a YouTube channel. On his cowl light video, he did show just pulling it off, and as he was pulling up, you could see the clips underneath. So big thanks to Ben for showing that in his video. that it looked like it just pulled off, and you could see it's just a bunch of the holes. Okay, so I need to get this cover off, and that's all this is it's a cover over the antenna on the passenger side. And what you can do is you just need to get this, take a small little flathead screwdriver and get it jammed way down in there, and as you jam it, you'll see it kind of unclips. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. So then on this side, yeah, the same thing, you just got to get it jammed in there into the corner. Once you find that sweet spot, it'll just kind of go in, but there's clips on both sides. See the sweet spot down in here? There we go. And look at that, it just popped right off. Once you find that spot, but there's just a little, I don't know if you can see it or if the lighting's good here. So there's just a little clip there and a little clip there, and it just pops right off. And that just clips onto here and here. The 3 bolts, and that should just come off. I'm assuming there's a clip or something on the back side. So Kim's removing the Rubicon letters off the hood. We will put some other type of hood badge on after we're done wrapping, because I always like the look of it. And I'm just undoing these bolts here for the antenna.
This is way better than removing these other badges. I got the trail raider badge off easily, but these letters, I think I'm passing on.
Alright, so I got the antenna thing loose here, so I'm just trying to see how this works. Oh, okay, so it's just an antenna plug that pushes into here. So this is pretty tight here, but what I did is I just grabbed a good tight grip on it and just started twisting this until it twisted off. So I loosened it up before, but it just literally just pushes in, but twisting it helps loosen it up to get it off. My next step is I need to get these mirrors off. These look like they're going to be super easy. Just 3 bolts here, and these are the T40 that comes with your Jeep toolkit, and then I'm assuming there's going to be a plug inside. Okay, so the mirror was super easy to get off. It was just these the 3 bolts that came out of these holes from the inside. As the 3rd one comes loose, make sure you grab a hold of the mirror, and then you just kind of lift it up and out, because it's going to have to twist to get this part out of the door hole. And then you've just got 1 plug to undo, which is super easy. Let me show you here real quick. It's just this plug here, and all you got to do is squeeze this little button here. Just squeeze it down as you work it off, and so that's done and out of the way. All right, so I was struggling to figure out how to remove the gas door here, but my buddy Corey just figured it out nice and easy. Just push the little flat blade screwdriver in there and slide it out. Slide it away from the vehicle, nice and easy, popped right off. 8 10mm bolts for the rock rail, and then 2 14s? 4 14s? Holding the rock rails on. I assume that'll be on both sides, the same. So right now Corey took this cover off here. We're trying to get this top rail from the tailgate off in order to get to the handle on the outside.
These are the little clips, 2 little push clips. You got to spring them all out one at a time.
Once you take that cover off, you can see down in here, this is the backup camera, so I'm guessing that'll just unplug and we should be able to pop it out. So this was some sort of
it clips in like this, down in the bottom, and holds tension against it. And then there's a little push pin, and then this
push
thing
it out the bottom, and then probably pops out. This whole plastic clip actually unplugs off of here. It's just a little tab. So that leaves us the camera here, which then we can either wrap this or just wrap around it, whatever we decide to do. We might want to leave this black. So opening this up, it was easy to open that cover, but once you're in here trying to figure out how to remove the handle from the tailgate was a little challenging, but we eventually figured it out. Basically what you need to do is you pop this little pin out of the plug here, out of the hole here. It just pops right out, straight out.
Unclip.
Unclip. and then pop it out. Then you got 2 nuts, one here, one here. Those just undo those real quick. We already loosened these. These weren't like this loose to begin with. Then you got the Torx one there. Those are the 3 screws or bolts that hold it in. And then the last thing is that we do have a plug here right inside. Just pinch the tab and pull it off. Nice and easy. And then there's some tabs along the bottom underneath here, and just as you push the tabs in, the handle will start to come loose out the bottom, and that's it. Okay, so to remove the door handles, what you want to do is you want to start in the door jamb here. There's 2 of these 2 plug holes that are just covered with like a sticker. It's kind of hard to see in here with the black, but they're right here in the door jamb. The top one is the one you want to do, so you just got to peel it off like a sticker, just a little sticker cover thing. So once you pull that out, it's going to reveal a hole here. You see if I can shine some light in there. And inside there, straight on in, is a Torx screw, and all you need to do is loosen that. And as you're loosening that screw, what it's going to do is this piece will come loose and pop off. But you want to be careful not to unscrew that too far, because it could pop out and then it'll drop down inside the door. So just loosen it until this is ready to pop off, and then we can pop that off. As I unscrew this enough, just keep checking, because this will come loose. And there it goes, it just pops out, slides straight out. And then from there, it's real easy. All you do is you pull it out, and just a little tug to the right as you pull out, and then it's gonna pop out, and there's the plug for the proximity sensor. So if you don't have proximity sensors, you're not gonna have this plug. Since I do, I've got it. And all it is this little tab here, you push down and it'll slide off. And there you have it, you've got your front door handle. So for the rear door, I was having a hard time because I wasn't finding that same hole that was over there, but Corey helped me find it. What you do is this little piece of rubber gasket can just kind of slide over. And what you'll see is right here is another hole with the same Torx bit in there. So yeah, I'm gonna need a little different tool here to get in there. You need a long, skinny bit here that's got the T20 on it. And as Corey's going slowly, I can work on this and keep going a little bit, it's getting loose. And as you're going, all of a sudden it will just come right off. Man, there we go. That pulls out, and then just like the others, handle pulls forward and then pulls out. On the back door, we don't have the proximity sensor, so there's no plug. So Will is removing the front fender here. He already pulled out the fender liner completely. There's some wire clip, and then a whole bunch of plastic push clips. So Kim's gonna pop off this front fender here. She just joined the party. Pull straight out. Try to come straight out as much as possible, Kim.
I don't want to do it.
Come on.
I'm afraid.
There you go.
Did you get that?
Yeah, keep going. There you go.
Broke 2.
They actually didn't break, they just didn't come off with the panels. Corey and Will are now jumped on these bed rails, which are a pain actually. They're really on there with a lot more clips than is necessary, I think, for these things. And you just got to start from the back. In the tail light area, you can come up from underneath and start it and keep working your way forward.
Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mojito Jeep Neon Gladiator, so we can get air conditioning in this garage next time.
This rail is like way over clipped. Look at how many there are on there. All right, finally.
So James is actually going to do some work now?
Hey.
According to Corey and Will.
Figured out how to remove the tail light. He showed me how. So these 2 10s here. So those 2 are out.
Just pull it straight out. They're just press fitted in. There you go. And then you don't unclip from the taillight itself. You unclip inside the back.
So this little red tab pulled out, and then you just press it.
Press it and then wiggle that thing out.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Boop, 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 boop.
I just unclip the whole thing.
Okay, so to remove the rear fenders, we just took out the 3 fasteners here, which were just, what were they, Corey? Just screws or
8mm?
Just 3 8mm bolts. Took those out along here, and then we're just gonna yank on the fenders and they should pop off. All right, so that's our first one broken. Okay, so one stayed on. Basically, we just had one. This one stayed on and actually cracked a little bit, so I'll need one. The rest of these all stayed in place and are in good shape. Yeah, this one just stayed on but did not break or crack, so we're good there. So far, 3 fenders, only 1 broken clip. All right, so I'm trying to figure out now how to get this cowl panel off. I've never taken this part off. So far, what I found is there is one push clip there that I need to remove, and then it looks like it's a bunch of just the like tabs going along. So I'm gonna get this clip out and see how much that loosens it up. So with this tab out, which it helped actually to flip the hood all the way back, with this tab out, it seems to make this a lot looser. Okay, so with the hood still flipped open, I noticed there are a bunch more of the push tabs along here. So I think that goes to the cowl piece here that I'm trying to get to. So I'm gonna pop all those out. We just took out these bolts across the top and removed this trim slip to give us access to remove that cowl panel.
You shove this under there, it like kind of pushes it out. Okay.
James, look at me.
And I
Wiggle it just a little bit. I want to see you
watch your
wiggle
corner when you do
it
it.
just a little bit. If you shake your hips a little, James, while you do it, it'll help. So they just got unsnapped all those clips.
That's gonna wrap up day 2's video. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Keep commenting, liking, and supporting our channel. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check out our new page on Instagram for the Gladiator, which is Neon Gladiator JT. So check it out. We'll be posting pictures as we go through things there as well. So make sure you follow that. Next video, you'll actually be seeing the color.